Hello everyone. So this is the second video on the topic functions and we are going to study about the vertical line test. A vertical line test is basically used to identify that whether the graph of a relation will be a function or not. So let's see how we use this test. All we have to do is imagine that a vertical line is passing through the graph of the relation from left to right. So I'm going to draw some vertical lines here. And once you're done with it, you have to see that through all these vertical lines, there must be only one point passing. And you can see that's clearly happening here. We see this vertical line, this is the only point passing through it. Here also we have one point passing through the vertical line. You can see here, right? Through all the vertical lines, there is only one point passing. So this is a function. Let's see example number 2. Here you can see through the vertical line, there are 2 points passing. So this is not satisfying the vertical line test. So this is not a function. In example number 3, if you will imagine a vertical line passing from the left to the right, you will see that all the vertical lines will be passing through only one point. So you can see here, this graph is also a graph of a function. Okay, so this is a function, this is not a function, and this is also a function. Now, if we see example number 4, let me just get rid of this. Yeah, if we see this example, you can clearly see this is not going to be a function because here in the last line, there are 3 points lying on it. So it's not a function. Now I want you to try the remaining examples, pause the video and figure out which ones are going to be function here. So let's see that. So the first example is clearly not a function. As you can see here, that the vertical line is passing through more than one point. You can see here this point and this point here, and there are so many other points also where the vertical line is passing through 2 points. That is not a function. If we see this example, it is clearly a function. You can try drawing as many vertical lines as you want to. You will clearly see that there is only one point passing through all the vertical lines. So this is a function. This one is not going to be a function, as you can clearly see. This vertical line has more than one point at these two lines. So this is not a function. Now in this one also, we do not have a function. You can see there are 2 points lying on the vertical line here. This is not a function. Example number 8 is a function. You can clearly see it doesn't matter how many vertical lines you draw. There would be only one point passing through all these vertical lines. This is clearly a function. This one is not a function. You can clearly see there are more than one points. We say exactly, there are 2 points passing through the vertical line. So this is not a function. Now the question should be that why we say that only one point should be passing through the vertical line. So it is pretty obvious because by the definition of function, we know that every input must have only one output. So if you see example number 2, so you can see the input is shown on the x-axis and the output is shown on the y-axis. So here the input is 3, and for the same input you are having two different outputs, this 3 and this -3. Similarly for 1 here, this is 1, you are having two outputs, 1 and -1. So if we are having 2 points here, it's not satisfying the definition of a function. But if you see here in example number 3, you can see that every input is just having one output. If you see here, we take the input 1, it's only having one output. that is 2. Similarly, if we take this input 2 here, it's having only one output at this point, 4. So you can clearly see that every input is having one output. That's why it is a function. So that's why in a vertical line test, they say that only one point should be passing through it. So that will confirm that for that particular input, you are just having one output. If there are 2 points lying on that vertical line, that means for that same input, there are more than one, there is more than one output. That's why we say that there should be only one point passing through the vertical line.